been a very long time since I've had my hair in a bun. And I feel like my skull and brain are being like pulled backwards. So this might end up coming out. So we are starting out with the Thrive Cosmetics Brilliant Face Brightener Illuminating Primer. I've been using this for a couple weeks now and I'm really enjoying it. I like to use this when I'm not wearing makeup and I like to use it when I'm wearing makeup as well. It really gives my face a beautiful glow and it smells so good. All of Thrive's products smell like oranges to me. I love it. See how pretty that is? It gives you that kind of lit from within glow that I love. It really kind of reminds me of the Milani Soft Focus Glow, and you guys know how much I love that product. So let's move into the next step here, which is foundation. If you guys didn't see me try this in a recent video, it's the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation. This is beautiful. I ended up getting it in a lighter shade. If you hear that wheezing or quacking sound, that is my Persian cat Theo, who is sitting directly behind the camera. So I'm sure you're gonna hear some sniffles. He has a smushed face, so he makes all kinds of funny noises. But anyway, back to the foundation. I picked up two shades, a shade that's way too light, which is Fair Neutral 11, and then a shade that kind of works in the summer or when I have self-tan on, and that's Light Warm 23. There's quite a bit of a difference, so I'm gonna kind of mix these together and make my perfect color. So I'm not gonna talk too much about this foundation since I did a whole dedicated video to that. I'll link that down below or up here so you guys can check that out. But let me tell you, this has quickly become one of my favorite foundations. It's stunning. So that's the foundation. I love it so much. I want you guys to check out that video because this one is definitely one you want to add to your collection. So going into the next product, concealer, I'm using the Pat McGrath concealer. This is such a beautiful concealer. I have a whole video on this as well if you're interested in checking that out. I wanted to make a video for you guys using products that I actually know and love. I didn't want to just, you know, grab products for the heck of it because they were expensive and throw them on my face. I do know that most high-end products I like. I think there is typically a little more, you know, skincare benefits, not always, but when you're using high-end makeup, there's usually some more money, I guess, invested in those products. I mean, granted, there are plenty of high-end products that I don't like as well, but what I'm getting at is I didn't want to just buy a bunch of expensive makeup. I'm gonna start blending this out as I'm talking and just say, yep, here's a face that cost me $1,000, you know what I mean? So I did recently pick up the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I think that's what it's called. I got that in the Nordstrom sale and I'm super excited about it, but I didn't want to use that in this video because I haven't been using it for a long enough time. I only want to share with you products that I know, love, and trust. That is the concealer. We're gonna go in and add a little bit of contour next. This is the Kylie X Kendall Collection Act Natural Contour Stick. I really like this and I don't really even like to contour in the first place, but this is so beautiful and I figure, hey, let's just get it today. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of this. I talked about wanting her bronzer sticks and I really do. I just cannot pull the trigger on that because shipping is like $10 and the product itself is like $16. So I don't know, one day I will get those because this blends so beautifully into the skin and this color just really kind of compliments me. I love it so much. And when I'm blending in my, oh wow, that's a lot. I went in with way too much product, but when I'm blending this in, I'm gonna blend that out a little bit more in a second. I think this actually might have some product on it as well that I was adding. But anyway, when I'm blending, I'm barely touching my skin. So keep that in mind. You don't wanna like tear at your face. I see a lot of people really kind of grabbing the foundation stick to kind of go over that and blend it in, but you don't want to tear at your skin and move all the products that you use under it all around because that's just kind of defeating the purpose of everything you've done. You know what I mean? All right, ignore my little baby hairs back there, but now that that's blended out, see how beautiful that is? It really mimics my actual contour color and I love it. I wish they came out with more contour stick colors because I don't think this is like universal for everyone, but I'm sure something would work from the bronzer collection as well. I think she might even have a contour color in there or two. I hope she does because this formula is just fire. Speaking of a fire formula for bronzer, I'm gonna start with the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Glow Faux Tan. Such a gorgeous liquid bronzer. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but not too much. I love it so much. Normally I go in and apply this with my sponge, but I'm just gonna try using this Sigma brush for the heck of it to see what I think. I am gonna wipe a decent amount off before I go in and do this, but oh, it's such a pretty formula. I think I like using the sponge a little bit more. I feel like when I go in with cream products like this and use a brush, it's kind of too dense. That's not blended out at all. By the way, I'm just kind of stamping the color on first. So yeah, I think I'd recommend going in with a sponge with this one, which is what I'm gonna do. I feel like this is all gonna go downhill at some point because I use the back of my hand as a palette and I'm trying to wipe it off every time I do something, but when I'm wearing a white shirt and I'm playing with things that have pigment in it, it never ends well for me. So that is the bronzer. It is so gorgeous and so natural and just healthy looking. You guys need to pick this up. I think this is like $32. It's huge and I pretty much only go in with half a pump every time I use it, so this is gonna last me a long time. I'm gonna go in and set that real quick with the Lawless bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I feel like I'm always on the hunt for a bronzer for some reason, and I don't know why, because I have some really good ones, but this one somehow always gets pushed to the back of my collection, and then I rediscover it and I'm like, why did I stop using that? So pretty, clean brand, great brand. So I'm just gonna kinda really lightly, I don't wanna go in and look like, you know, I just went to the Bahamas or anything. I just wanna set that down because I do have some things to do today and I wanna make sure my makeup lasts all day long. This and the Bare Minerals also happen to complement each other perfectly. For some reason, the texture on this side of my face has been really bad lately. I don't know what it is. I've been using my retinol like crazy, so I don't know if I'm kind of like drying this side of my face out somehow. I don't know, it's weird, but I feel like the texture on this side of my face is so much nicer, and this one is on the struggle bus, so it's kind of highlighting some of the pigment there. So I'm just gonna go in with my damp sponge and kind of stamp over. I feel like this is gonna be a very long video because I'm actually enjoying playing with these products because it's been a while. I feel like my drugstore videos do a lot better on YouTube, which is why I tend to do that. And I love drugstore makeup, but I'm really having fun here. So let's go in with the next product, which is an oldie but a goodie, one of my favorites. These are the Anastasia blush trios. This is in Peachy Love. I like Pool Party. I think that's the other one I have as well. That's just more pink, but I'm in a peachy mood today, especially because I am kind of starting to look like I've been on vacation. Not the Bahamas kind of vacation, but like a little bit of a vacation. It's really sunny today, it's really hot, and I'm feeling it, especially with the white shirt. So let's just go in and kind of do one of these. These are very pigmented, and I love how one, it has a mirror, and two, you have pretty much every shade you could need. So taking something like this on vacation is really helpful. You guys know I'm gonna make my weird face when I do this. That's just how I do. Oh, it's gorgeous. You guys know I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm gonna stamp right over that as well so it looks like it's one with the skin. I do that after bronzer, blush, highlight, foundation, concealer, all of it. But I love this blush so much. It's really smooth, but it's also really pigmented. It's healthy looking. One of them, nope, two of them have a little bit of a sheen to it. The middle one is matte, so you know, you have options. Love that as well. And then finally, highlight, I'm going in with my Ofra Nikki Tutorials collab in Glazed Donut. Ofra highlights are stunning. They're wet looking, they're pigmented, they're smooth. I absolutely love them, but be careful because if you go in too heavy, you are gonna look like a grease ball. I like to do my highlight before I do my brows as well because I really like to kind of hit my brow bone, and I don't wanna have shimmer in my eyebrows after they're done, you know what I mean? So I always like to do this before. You know what I love about all these products I'm using as well? They're all so lightweight. I feel like I don't have anything on my face, and this is probably like the most makeup I've applied in a very long time. Next step, set the face. This is the process that I do. If you like to set your makeup at the end, totally your call. I like to do it after I finish my base makeup to just kind of refresh everything. I'm using the Scandinavia makeup finishing spray in Bridal. I've been using this since I did makeup professionally. It is my absolute favorite setting spray if you want your makeup to last all day. You really don't have to overdo it. Just do an X and a T when you set and you're good to go. So that is the base. Gorgeous, luminous, lightweight, covers everything we need, but it still looks like skin, everything I want. If this was just me, I'd pop my brows on, throw a little mascara on, and be out the door. But since we're doing a full face, we're gonna go in and do a full face. So I'm gonna start with my brows. I also like to do my brows before I do my eye makeup because I just kind of, you know, get the whole picture. So I'm gonna just brush these up with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, and I'm just gonna go ahead and fill them in. So that is the brows filled in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I'm gonna add a little bit of my Glossier Boy Brow to add a little bit of dimension in there and tint them a little bit darker. See how it just kind of brings them back to life? I really like that. All right, and then I know I'm crazy with my brows, but this is just the process that works for me. I'm gonna take my Benefit 24-hour brow set, and I'm gonna go right over the Glossier with that to really make sure they stay up all day long. Brows are done, so let's go in and start on these eyes. I have the Anastasia Eye Primer. You only need a really, really tiny bit of this. So see, I just started like pressing in on the back of my hand, and a little bit, just, it really goes a long way. So be careful, don't go in too heavy. You do not need to coat your entire eye in eye primer. That's really all I'm gonna use. If I overuse eye primer, it makes my eyelids, I was about to say dry lids, so dry. So don't feel like you need to, you know, do like a lot of YouTubers do and completely overuse product and pack it on. You only need a little bit. So I have two things. I have my Pat McGrath individual eyeshadows, which I love, and I have the Modern Renaissance palette. I know you have this palette in your collection and you probably haven't reached for it for a long time, especially since brands like ColourPop and stuff like that have come out with eyeshadow and it's just so much more affordable. But this is such a good palette. But I think I'm gonna start with this Pat McGrath shadow in the shade Statuesque and just kind of build out my crease. I'm not gonna do a tutorial on this because this video is gonna be long enough, so I'll just kind of apply it and let you know what I'm going in with next. All right, so that's just Statuesque in the crease, and then on the outer, I don't know, fourth. So I'm gonna deepen that up a little bit with Red Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette. All right, so I'm having a hard time with getting the pigment to stick in the outer corner only on that eye. This eye, we're good, but this eye, for some reason, we're on the struggle bus. But then again, that side of my face is dry. So I'm gonna grab the Pat McGrath Burnished Honey, which is very similar to Red Ochre, and I'm just gonna kind of tap that right over and see if that helps. That's so weird. I've never had issues blending with that palette, but it might be because it's a couple years old now. So I'm gonna finish everything up with this Pat McGrath Crimson Fire eyeshadow. Beautiful. I'm gonna use my finger. I might get a little bit of fallout, but we'll see. I'm gonna use my ring finger, I think, to apply it. Super, super pigmented. And I'm gonna just take that where I haven't applied any shadow yet. Beautiful. So freaking pretty. Oh my goodness. I wasn't planning on going this like crazy with shadow today, but holy cow. Beautiful. This shade from Pat McGrath, oh my gosh, so pretty. Crimson Fire, get it, you need it. I'm gonna repeat the process under my eyes. So I'm gonna go in with Statuesque, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of Red Ochre from the Anastasia palette. I'm not gonna go in with any Crimson Fire on the lower lash line because I don't want any shimmer down there, but oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with how this looks. I cannot get over how freaking gorgeous this is. I feel like this is really kind of emphasizing my blue eyes as well. As I look down, it's because I'm looking into my iPad so I could see what I'm looking at. But let's go in and finish this up with liner and lashes. So I'm gonna use the Tartist Brown liner. This is dual ended. There's a liquid side and a pencil side, but I'm just gonna go in with a pencil on the lower lash line and upper, or waterline, not lash line. And then for my lashes, I'm gonna go in with the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes mascara. And I don't have any high-end lashes, so I might just have to go in with my new Ultra Ego lashes because some of those are so pretty, and this kind of look calls for some extra lashes. I just cannot justify spending the money on high-end lashes like Lily lashes or anything like that. It's too much money. So I'm gonna do all that off camera and I'll come back here and we will finish everything up with the lips. But oh my gosh, so pretty. Eyes are done and I'm obsessed with how this looks. It is so pretty. I feel like my eyes look ultra blue right now. And I think you could actually get a very similar look with the Alter Ego palette, the Artemis palette that I just posted a tutorial on. So if you didn't have the colors I'm using, you could always use that. But I did make a couple of changes. First of all, these are the Alter Ego hipster lashes, really, really pretty. They're definitely dramatic, but they still work even for my hooded eyes. I love them. They're so lightweight. And then I went in with the Tarteist black liner on the upper waterline. I felt like I needed it with the dramatic black lashes. And then I threw on my lip liner, which is the MAC Whirl lip pencil. I love MAC pencils and I haven't used one for a very long time. So let's finish this up with lipstick. This is the Pat McGrath 1990 Matte Trance lipstick. And then finally, to add a little gloss to the lips, this is the Pat McGrath Flesh Fantasy Lip Gloss. All right, you guys, and this is it for the full face of high-end makeup. I think this is so pretty. I love this look. I love how it's a statement look. Like, I would love to throw on a moto jacket with this, leave the white shirt on, throw on some black jeans, some boots. Oh, I think that would be so pretty with this look. I had so much fun creating this because I haven't played with high-end makeup like this and only high-end makeup for a very long time, and I forgot how good these products perform. I need to start bringing these back to the front of my drawers because I love every single one and 100% stand behind them if you are interested in picking any of these up. So thank you so much for watching and for suggesting this video. Keep the suggestions coming. I love creating videos that you guys want to see. So let me know if there's anything else you want to see down below or if you have any questions. Otherwise, if you're interested in seeing any more videos from me, please subscribe. It means the absolute world to me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.